Frogan has been given a golden opportunity to beat Ethan Klein. Yes, I'm talking about a genuine victory against Ethan Klein. I have spotted with my illegal eye a soft spot in Mr. Klein, and we can exploit that with our dear sister Frogan today on here. The Legal Mindset, where I teach you to be your own judge. And of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney. And this is a Fast Facts premiere, bringing you the quick version of the latest in the illegal news. If you like these versions, please make sure to smash the like button and leave a comment below. So as you know, I've been tracking the case of Ethan Klein versus Frogan. And I woke up today in the morning to see a very interesting video that was talking about Ethan Klein and his willingness or non-willingness to settle. But in this video, I spotted some weakness. I spotted a weak point that I think our dear sister Frogan can exploit if she wants to win. If she is committed to winning, I think she has an opportunity here. And I think now is the time for Frogie to strike if she can exploit this. So let's watch the video, and then you guys are going to see exactly what I'm talking about.
Does she think that she can give me that money and use it to give it to me in a settlement? That would be.
He's talking about the money from her legal defense fund. So both, Casey Trons, Denham, Frogan, they've all raised this settlement money. And at this point, yeah, they've got some money, but it's not that much money. The money that Ethan Klein will recover from the lawsuit is more than any of their legal defense funds. So just so you know, and also he's going to end up paying his lawyer more upfront than even in their legal defense fund. So in terms of money, that money in and of itself, probably not the most compelling thing. Just throwing it out there.
The ultimate irony for all these people that donated is if she just takes all of it and gives it directly to me.
Would you accept that?
Yeah. I mean, she owes me more than that, though. She owes me more than that.
Oh, okay.
I'm garnishing.
All right. Well,
so when he says garnishing, what he means is he wants to either garnish her earnings or garnish her going forward or garnish her videos, so that's saying that the money that is in those funds is not enough. He's going to want to inflict pain upon her over time. And that's something that Frogie probably doesn't want. She probably, listen, sis, you probably don't want that. You don't want this looming over your head for the rest of your life, where you've got this guy Klein, this super villain. Like I said, he's like Dr. Evil's cousin here, right? You don't want this guy in your life for 10 years, 20 years, taking every single penny that comes in, right? If you can get rid of this guy in one clean cut, I would say do it. And I would say that is a win. That's a huge win. So let's see what he says here.
You might have to negotiate it out a little bit, but there you go, Frogan. There's your get out of jail free card.
Honestly,
all you have to do is just rip off your fans.
I had space in my heart to let her off with like creative settlement offers and stuff.
Sure.
But at this point, I think I'm not settling for.
Okay, so here's the weakness, guys. Did you see that? Did you hear that? Words are important. He had space in his heart. He has a heart, Frogan. He has a heart. Let's exploit that heart. Let's exploit that heart like all lawyers do. We use your weaknesses, including your emotions, your human emotions. We exploit those. See, many people put too much on trial, but settlement has so much power and so much tactics. And while I will admit that I do not have a long trial record, although all the cases that I attended to a trial and that I was on the case, all the cases I won, I have a 100% win record, but I did far more, countless settlements before you get to trial, before you even sue. You settle and you handle the issue. You negotiate it out. That's how big boys and girls do it. That's how businesses do it. That's how governments do it. They handle it before it goes to court. And that's the real win. That's the win that even most lawyers don't want to talk about because they don't profit as much. But if we're being honest, the win is not going to court. And so he said right here, he would think about creative solutions. That means that it's still a possibility. If there's a creative legal solution, he's open to it. Let's listen to the rest of that, but that's a very key part.
With any of these people, I'm coming for the maximum damages. She reached out and actually played was amicable and fair and not turning this into some silly, pointless, wild goose chase, just wasting time, then I'd be a lot more amendable.
By the way, I want to be fair. I want to be fair because I picked on Hassan for not knowing the word vexatious litigant, and I want to be fair. People think I'm sympathizing with Ethan. I'm going to call Ethan out now. The word is technically not amendable. It's actually amenable. That's actually the correct word. But I know why he said that amendable, because he means, hey, I would amend my way of thinking and able to amend, right? So amendable, but it's actually amenable. Anyways, that's neither here nor there, right? But just to be fair with language for the both of them.
To alternative
Hear
settlement.
that, Frogan? There you go. I'll give you a little tip, Frogan.
Who fucking who?
You just tell Ethan that he's funny.
She did say that recently.
I know,
Honestly,
and I
dude,
remember how you
I was-
reacted. And I'm
Ethan
just
is really
saying.
See, Ethan is warming up. Ethan is not, perhaps the Grinch still has a little bit deep down inside him. You can exploit that. That's what we do. Don't tell anybody. No one's going to watch this video, right? We're not going to tell anybody, but we got to exploit Ethan Klein's weakness. Let's do it. Let's exploit him. That's where you hit the settlement.
Funny sometimes.
It didn't save her though. You think that I'll just drop it?
No, not just with that, but that's like,
You could butter me up,
yeah, he could be buttered, is what I'm trying to say.
just like
He could
Trump.
definitely be buttered up.
He's the greatest, the funniest podcaster alive.
I hope you get PTSD.
See, he's open and he can be buttered. So what do I have, guys? Of course, I have a PowerPoint on how we butter up Ethan Klein and how we get the settlement win. Once again, this is part of legal strategy. This is very important as part of legal strategy on how Frogan can win and how Rogan can butter him up. So what I think Ethan Klein is like now, he's got a little bit of softness left. When you go to court, that hardens up. And he's about to get into discovery and get really hard. When you're in the middle of a court case, you are hard. You are not willing to bend or, whatever else. It's just throwing knuckles. You've got money invested. You've got this opportunity cost. You've sunk so much money and you feel like you have to go to trial, right? The further you get down, the worse the settlement is going to look. And the more you're going to have to give him if you wanted to get him to back off because you've made him go so far. So right now, while he's soft, and I use the comparison of the great Levantine food, right? Which I really hope could bring people together more than separate them of hummus. Really hummus can bring us all together. I mean, if you're a friend of hummus, I mean, how can you not be a friend of me, right? I mean, it's just a really uniting factor. He's like hummus that's been in the refrigerator for 2 or 3 days. You guys know what I'm talking about. You can still eat it. It's still soft. But if you leave that hummus in there for a week or 2 weeks, it's like a rock. It's hard. It's not good. You can't eat the hummus after 2 weeks. Don't eat the hummus after 2 weeks, okay? It's not going to work out well for you. So like I said, he legally is right now 2 or 3 day old hummus. You don't want to let that hummus get too old. So what are the facts we got to know about this? First of all, guys, listen, winning is not going to trial. Most cases do not proceed to trial. Less than 3% proceed to trial. If you go to trial, you are a loser. You are a loser. In the eyes of the winners, in the eyes of the real people who are in business, you are a loser if you go to trial. Everyone in trial is a loser. This is a battle between losers. It's a battle between lolcows. It's a battle between people that are absolutely at their worst position ever. If you have to go to trial and you cannot find a way to resolve something without suing, it's really, really, really not the first option you should make. In fact, 97% of cases settle rather than going to trial, right? Trial is a huge tax on your finances, mental state, personal life, right? It's not something fun to go to. Like trial and going to court, you're kind of a loser. You really are. And settlement is an art. It really is an art form. And good lawyers, the ones that get paid a lot of money, are really good at settling and really good at negotiating. Those ones are worth their weight in gold. And if you settle well, you win. Now, I just like the happy Jabba the Hutt. That's just coincidental. I mean, I'm a Star Wars fan, right? So let's talk about the offer being sweet. So this offer cannot be an offer that's boring. So we have to make an offer that's exciting. And if it's purely monetary, if it was just the money, I don't think Ethan's going to go for that. He hinted at it there, and it's kind of boring. It's not great. And it's not the internet, right? We're internet people. We're content creators. You and me, Frogie. You, me, Ethan, we're all content creators. We got to make it spicy, right? We can't just do the regular, dry, boring boomer stuff. We got to do stuff. And by the way, I love my boomers. You guys are great. Well, the point of the matter is we got to make this good. So I don't think it can be money, and it also can't be anything he's going to get as part of the lawsuit, because Ethan is already going to get things like the Discord and Reddit communications. He's going to get the emails, the texts, the phone calls, the confessions, because these mods, they're going to have their whole identities revealed, all of them, and they're going to break. These mods are going to break like straw. They're going to be absolutely torn apart and threshed like straw with a scythe, right? They're just going to be split in two legally when they go to these depositions. These aren't, people that are used to standing up to hard questioning. These people are going to absolutely spill their guts. They're going to betray each other. They're going to throw each other under the bus under fear of, perpetual debt. And these things are all going to come out. So earlier when I said, hey, you guys should settle, and I gave that genuine advice, I said, hey, turn on the mods, give them up, whatever. That's not enough anymore. That's not enough. Ethan knows he's going to get that stuff at this point. You waited too long. Sorry, you waited too long. So now you've got to give more. But I have an idea. Don't worry. I have an idea that I think I'm actually not think. I'm going to give a guarantee. If we make these things happen, I can guarantee Ethan Klein will entertain the settlement offer. This will be something he will take extremely seriously, okay? Because these are extremely creative and these are a win for everybody. Hold up. You guys ready for this? This is going to break the internet, okay? This is going to break the internet. Okay. We know Creator Clash failed. We know little iDubbbz over here and what went wrong with that. Obviously, this did not go so well. And a lot of people backed out. Absolute disaster. I'm still waiting to see if iDubbbz is going to need a family law lawyer anytime soon, because that's going to be a heck of a messy divorce if it happens. But that said, there's now a gap in the market. There's now an event that was supposed to happen that's not happening anymore, and that could happen. And once again, celebrity boxing. And this thing is actually really big for legal settlements. Adrian Peterson, this is Adrian Peterson, famous running back, and he actually entered into a legal settlement. So he settled a case by going into and agreeing to a celebrity boxing match. This is something I have seen with high net worth individuals that are in a tight spot and they agree to a celebrity boxing match and they get out of the situation. This is something that is not novel. It's not new. It's actually been done over and over again. And this could be something that, once again, think about that. Ethan Klein's creator settlement crash, or copyright. Actually, let's call it copyright crash, right? Let him run it. Let him get the profits off of it, right? So he's able to get the profits off of this, copyright clash event. It's going to be a huge thing, right? Now, who's going to be in it? Well, I've got two different options for you. And I think these are spicy options, Frogan. And I think if you're able to get them, you're going to be off the hook. And heck, if you, Denims, and Caseytron work together, maybe all three of you guys are ring girls. And I'm not saying inappropriately. I mean, you can keep it appropriate, but whatever, work together, you could get off the hook. Here's my ideas. Okay. My first idea is, okay, look, you can box yourself, because obviously some people might think there's religious restrictions, but this is Tina Rahimi. She competed in the Australian Commonwealth Games, 2022 Commonwealth Games, right? So Frogan is able to box if she wants to. There's precedent, right? There's no religious kind of exemption for that. So why not box Gila? There you go. There you go. You've got the ability to box Gila. That would be one, right? One-on-one, there you go. Now, some people might have a concern here because there might be a difference in like height and weight class and et cetera, reach. So it might seem kind of unbalanced. So that's my option number one. And I think that'd be very interesting, especially if you also have matches for Denims. You also have matches for Caseytron, right? You have them box people that they are ideological opponents or whatever else, right? That would be great. I think Ethan would love that. But I've got a better one. I've got a better one that would make the internet. It would sell it. Ethan would make bank. He'd be lying like Scrooge McDuck in a tub of gold. And this would just be the internet thing for the entire year. I mean, this would be it. Obviously, you got to talk to the prophet, but I think we can get him to do it. Yes, that's right. Sam Hyde. And of course, the great Hassan Piker. If we can make this happen, I think all of the cases get settled. I think this clash of two titans, which by the way are almost in the same weight class. They're pretty much same weight class, just about, roundabout. I mean, Hassan might have to bulk up a little bit, and Sam might lean down a little bit, but they're pretty much the same weight class and height. So it's a very, very, very fair match, extremely fair match, except for the fact that Sam has a far longer boxing record. So Hassan would have to actually practice boxing instead of just, like himbo lifting. But that aside, right? If he's able to actually do that, that would be great. And I think it would sell Bank. And because of that, because the sheer money, and of course, Ethan Klein still likes an insane amount of money, and the hilarity of this situation, I have no doubt that Frogan could win and settle. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will catch you on the.
Are you guys enjoying the stream today?